Hello, hi. Welcome to 51 degrees, 3:19 a.m., January 31st, 2020. And I missed the story of the night. Oh my gosh, my heart was pumping. I don't think anybody got it due to the fact that nobody honked at me as I was approaching the scene, as the scene was clearing. My wife would be super, super mad at me if she knew how fast I was driving down the freeway to go catch a seal. There was a seal on the freeway making its way into traffic lanes, and by the time the call came out at 2:02. I didn't get out till 2:15. I was able to rush my butt over there, and I was there to see the traffic break, but for some odd Murphy's Law reason, there happened to be a Marine truck in the area who was able to grab that. Otherwise, it would have took a while for them to, call animal control, call somebody, but there happened to be somebody on the freeway at the time who heard the call and went and picked up the animal. I saw the traffic break, but dude, that was the story of the night. It would have been national news. A seal cruising around freeway lanes in Southern California. So mad. I am not going to sleep anytime soon. Nope. 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 So bummed. You guys always ask, do you have a story where you missed it or you get upset? Those are the type of stories. Or what are the type of stories that upset you? And you guys are always looking for the blood and guts, the kids involved. Those stories are stories. I have no control how I feel about those stories. They happened. I have control about how I feel about missing a story. And that is what I hate. I hate when you miss a story and it was right there. If my butt would have got out 10 minutes earlier, I would have got it. But nope, I missed it. I missed the story and those are the type of stories that are awesome because they're happy stories. Oh, anything to do with an animal always makes the news. And we got a large seal, sea lion, whatever it was. It made its way up the channel. But so bummed, man. And no, I wouldn't have been live because on things like that, I don't like to tell people what I'm doing. No way, dude. I would have showed you guys afterwards. I would have went live from the scene after it left and then showed you the video. But if I was live while it happened, absolutely you would have went with me. But I'm not going to go live to something like that where I potentially have a competition come in to find me. But like I said, I don't think Comp got it. Now, Comp does hang out in the area, but I don't think they got it due to the fact that nobody, that's what I was looking for, professional courtesy. I was looking for a phrase so I could pass it on to LAX. And that's the phrase I was looking for, professional courtesy. Thank you for the dollars, Des, and good morning, Dad. Yeah, so maybe my competition did not honk at me, giving me the professional courtesy. All right, so let's go do something. It's been a weird night. There was, and let's talk about this real quick, guys. All right, so the live stream that we did with Zach and the Kobe stuff, and the one that I just re-uploaded right now, YouTube hid it. It's not taken down, but it's hidden. I guess you call it shadowed. Shadow something. Yeah, Dad, I just came on. I've been on for 4 minutes. Anyways, it's still there, but it's not there. There was some copyright issues with Kendrick Lamar and somebody else with the music, which is understandable, and I'm allowed to dispute that because it was being played in a public place in public, on a public speak, like we weren't in I wasn't using that audio to help with the video. The video just happened to be played while I was rolling my, or the audio happened to be played while I was rolling my video. Sorry guys, I'm trying to drive and talk at the same time, which I know a lot of you do, but I got a lot going on in my head right now. I'm actually 5 conversations ahead of this one. But anyways, tonight we got another naked person running down the freeway. When these things happen, they're funny at first, and then they're not. So I think YouTube shadowed my my footage, because in the comments and stuff, we were making fun of mental illness. At the time, we needed that break. We needed to see a naked guy running down the street. But after finding out he was transported due to bipolar conditions, it's sad. It's not funny anymore. So let's be clear. Mental illness and mental health is nothing to joke about. We do joke about it because at first, when we see things happening, it's funny. We see a crazy guy on the corner. It's like, oh, look at that. Watch out for him. But then think about it. So same with today, we had a naked lady. Randy did a good job of recording it to where you really couldn't see things. And it's news, but it's not. It's news because the person was naked running through traffic lanes. But it's also, let's be clear, it's nothing to joke about. So I downloaded the live stream, took out the music, and reposted it with a, let's be clear, mental illness is nothing to poke fun at. So yes, there's nudity in that stream. You don't see any dinglings or things like that. I shot it accordingly. And at the same time, you know, I think I heard this from Rogan's podcast. If you have a broken, well, the hand, if you have a broken hand, you put a cast on it and you don't use it. When you have a broken brain, what do? Send you out into the public like it ain't broken. Maybe they'll give you some meds, maybe they won't. But they just expect everything to be okay and for you to act normal. When you do stuff, when you have a mental illness, yes, you shouldn't do it, and no, we shouldn't accept it, but you have to understand what's going on in that person's head. Their head's broken. It needs to be fixed. And that is a big deal around here. As a matter of fact, I can take you 1 mile to my left and show you the big deal. But I'm not going to go down Skid Row like everybody wants and show that. There's no reason to. I'll go down there when there's a story, but I'm not going to go show the sad part of town because people want to see it. Anyways, that's enough about that.
Typical 83 spot. Michaela, 3022 West 6th Street. Risk 204 Bravo, Costa Deputy. at LCM 7Q.
What are you wowing, Dad? You wowing downtown? Is that what you're wowing? The purple? Or...
Engine 8, paint grass fire, southbound 405, north of the 105.
Gotcha, Dad. All right, I'll show it to you a little better. I'm right here. All right, so you guys see black or you see colors? A lot of times when I go away, the screen comes back the wrong color. So do you guys see purple or you see me? You see things? All right, cool. This is City Hall. What's going on? How are you this morning? Oh, this is a Grand Park. So the longer I sit here, the more chances I have to miss a story. So let's get ourselves back into the vehicle. Hopefully you guys come back. Actually, I might be able to keep you. Probably best if I try to keep you. It's easier to, there goes Hollywood. It's easier to bring you back from the gimbal than it is to put you on the gimbal.
Version 13.8 brains, if there is no longer at the location, we'll make the report of the station. 800 Westchester Place, 1047.
Chris, we were just talking about that. Yeah, so when I got back in the vehicle from the police officers that had crashed in the pursuit and the car caught fire, when I got back in the car and I started editing and I went off live, I did hear LAPD call for an ambulance. Then I heard the ambulance dispatched for bipolar conditions. So yeah, the man, I doubt he was arrested. He was more helped. It started to, it became a sad situation. We were just talking about it on this stream not too long ago. We were just talking about how mental illness is nothing to joke about, although we were joking about it because, well, it's a naked dude running down the street. We going streaking. So it ended up not being a drunk dude. It ended up being a guy who wasn't all there. We had a similar story like that tonight with a female out in, I think, Pomona. And it just, you know, it brings awareness. It brings awareness to the situation, you know. It's, there's a big, and if I continue this conversation, it'll end up going into politics because it'll be mental health, guns, see where it's going. So let's listen to other people's problems and try to find a story for you and for me. Quaker, no, but I did cover the previous one in like 2013 or 14. I had a guy in the area, but he wasn't to be found at that time. I think he was sleeping, which is a bummer because that was a good one. That was a good one. You see how awesome our firefighters are? Dude, that was some intense footage. Whoa, there's a decent TC here not too long ago. Because there's still all this stuff in the road.
18441 Ventura Boulevard, code 2 and
RL, we did find out there was no canine in the vehicle. No canine. All dogs are safe.
4825 Southwest Avenue. Female Hispanic, background, 111-140. Windows section will be at 823 National Building. Last count 130-2028 and 1400 hours. End of addition, order, the content using the missing person, 0517.
Must be 3 o'clock somewhere.
Connect 91, 20 minutes.
Does the bureau have their eyes on something?
353 Fullerton, 449.
Thank you. Over to the 449 suspect, I said 510.
Alright, no further. 995. These are en route. White all black clothing. Code 2 incident 520-90-12-18.
please.
Roger.
17971, just verify it's going to be Howard Summers today.
Roger.
Let's do my best.
Getting 35, 35, head drive.
35, Roger. Position?
Urban Man, yeah, what happened was the fire got bigger as we were there, and it's hard to see it in the live footage, but if you see my actual camera footage, you'll see it. As I was leaving, the palm trees went up and small explosions, electrical explosions were going off in the back. So I was able to zoom in with the big camera, get great shots. Those were the opening shots I put on my feed, and those were the opening shots that all the news stations used. And then I went back, as we were live, I went in the car and edited as we watched the fire get smaller. So I left while the fire was at its largest. It's not something I recommend everyone do, but due to competition, due to experience, due to knowing what I had on camera, due to the time, all these things said, go feed. And I did, and it worked. I did not see a single competitor's footage on TV, and I got all the channels except channel 2.
Station 47, difficulty.
And I think 34 and 62. I don't think I got 34 and 62, but I haven't checked yet. But I do know we got 4, 5, 7, 11, and 52, which means it was a very successful morning.
On scene. Grass fire, southbound 405, north of the 105.
There's an encampment, homeless encampment on fire right now over near LAX.
Respond northbound 405. Northbound 405, north of the 105 for a homeless encampment.
Some palm trees are on fire and such.
91 to follow.
At this time of morning, it's really not news, unless it's a fatal and it causes a SIG alert. Visually, it would be great if we were there, but we are not there. Andrew, I haven't checked out his footage. Long story about that guy. He has been around for a while. He does know what he's doing. He's not a stringer, but he does know what he's doing. I actually parked near him on my part 2 of the live stream, or not really my part 2, but when I went back, that second, I guess we can call it part 2, but I believe it's called 265. Actually parked near him. I don't know what he has on camera. I guess we can look at it, right? I can't show it to you, but I can look at it. I am curious to see what RMG and On Scene got on the fire. From where Fire Lensman parked,
Code 2 and 500 RG 2019.
31 David 7722899.
he approached it from not the side I approached it from. He approached it from like kind of the alley where I approached it from on the second one. Let me see here, videos. I'm not gonna play it while I'm live, but I do want to see.
69346 Robert 1.
Julian in front of fire station in the middle of the street.
So check it out real quick.
Black loading, painting the street, ongoing problem.
Painting the street? What are you painting it of?
3166. 93, repeat, you're broken.
617, Russ Baker. Total response to 8710. Driving for 8 David Lincoln King 707. Can you advise this extensive PC data set?
One thing you got to understand, Fire Lensman is a photographer. He's not so much a stringer. And because of that, he's going to show you as much of the fire as he can. And I can tell from his opening pictures when he got there. But that's why his video will be longer and show more, where mine will be shorter and show less. And it's all because I'm shooting for stuff on the news. He's shooting for views. And for, all right, I see exactly when he got there and where he approached from. Yeah, he approached from the other side. Yeah, it was good when he was there. But see, if you notice his footage, what you don't see, okay? I'm going through his footage, going through his footage, going through his footage. He's a great cameraman, great photographer. One of the advantages of parking far away is, one, you don't get stuck, and two, you get a bigger view of it. If you notice his footage, now on his dash cam footage, he has it coming in. You know, has good dash cam footage of it coming in. But and his dash cam footage is great. Actually, he's not dash cam, he's holding it. But see, when he gets there, you're up in it and you're basically looking up at it, where my opening shots all were from a distance, and you get an idea of the scale of this thing as opposed to just being in front of a building. You know what I mean? The cameramen do. Yeah, Andrew. I mean, it's great footage, but my opening shot shows it a lot more of what was going on. You can see it was a big fire, but you can't tell. You know what I mean? Here, and his name is Nate. Nate and I have had our issues in the past, but I do have a professional courtesy for the gentleman. So here is his footage. Quaker Oats, yes and no. She actually is a stringer, where Nate used to be. Nate was a stringer back in the day, back in I think the 80s or 90s. 80s and 90s, back when they dropped tape, back when you had a big camera here and you had a big recorder here. But Nate never jumped into being a full-time stringer. He always had his side job. But he's always been a fire buff.
68 series and 17 call 70 series remain in their operating structures of 90 Correction 405 Freeway west of Mobile, coverage for Rinaldi, Tampa, Mobile, and basic.
Yeah, but man, on big fires like that, like if you notice on my live stream, I pulled up and then I knew, like, by missing another minute or so of footage, it wasn't going to change things. So if you notice, I made a U-turn and parked far away, and I parked right in front of an alley. So in case a hose line did come, I could take that alley out. Always know you're out unless you plan on being there a while. You park too close, you're going to be there for a while. And the bigger the fire, the more people are coming. So if you saw, I parked far away. That's why you guys heard me breathing. 45-year-old man running. No. But it's it was a good fire. It was a good fire. And what's really cool about that fire was the way it played out live, the way that you guys saw it live, the way that we watched it on TV together. It was all good, But on big fires like that, always try to get that establishing wide shot, establishing close-up shot on tripod, and then throw your tripod to the side, out of the way, and run in, get in there close, and then come back out. And as you're leaving, grab some more tripod shots, because now you have more fire apparatuses there, so it makes the bottom of your footage more busy because the top of your footage is flames, and now you got all these firefighters and stuff like that, and then you get your close-ups of the firefighters working as you're leaving. What's that guy doing? What up, Jason? Turn that off.
Essentially, in a panel was on suspect 7% Julian, so it's 2.528 or 156.
663 into for the station.
Okay, close you. Hey, Ruthless, what happened to the pursuit? I know there was a pursuit crash in the area, and my dude already went in, so I really didn't want to talk about it. Uh-oh, we were just, no, we weren't. Yeah, we were. What is that? Sign was possibly being followed. Oh, that's not us. So, happy Friday, everyone. For the rest of the country, I'm sure everyone's aware that there's a football game on Sunday. But for people here in Los Angeles, we kind of forgot. We did. We kind of been, we've been busy with some other stuff. Now, I don't know what other news in the country has been showing, but there's been very little football talk here in Los Angeles. And lots of Kobe talk, lots of basketball talk, lots of interviews, lots of stuff like that for obvious reasons. I don't know if the NFL is just doing a good job of letting Kobe have his time, or if LA News is just not showing the game. Obviously there's a game, and obviously there has been highlights. I did see the quarterback shaking hands and stuff, and I saw the comments that Kobe would be upset and things like that. It is what it is, whatever. But I'm very curious. Very curious if, yeah, so you haven't seen much. Where are you at, Mike? I think the NFL is like, hey guys, on Friday and Saturday, we'll kick up our publicity. You're in Texas. Yeah, see, so you would think that there would be some, Texas is a football state, so there would be a lot of football talk going on, but a lot of Kobe talk, man. Kobe, it hit all of us, dude. So yeah, I haven't seen much football stuff, but you forget there's a football game on Sunday. There is. Not a lot of football in the news. See, Jason, and you're in Philadelphia, man. That's a football town too. Well, Kobe has some Philadelphia ties too, doesn't he? See? Crazy, man. Crazy. Urban, no, I never went. I never went to the crash scene. Matter of fact, I was going to go to the crash scene the night of what night was I gonna go? I was gonna go the night of the big fire. I think I was gonna go with Sam. I was gonna go the night before the aircraft was taken away. I was thinking it was going to be taken away at night. It wasn't. It was taken away during the day. I was going to go that previous night, but if I went, I would have missed the story I got. So it was a good thing I didn't go. But no, to answer your question, I have not gone to the crash site. I am not the one who shot it. They are still investigating, but the craft is gone. Right on, Des. Don't I owe Aubrey? It's Aubrey? Don't I owe Aubrey a hello? Did I say it right this time? Sorry about it last time.
Engine 87 water flow alarm at Kerr Real Estate, 13,000 East Temple Avenue, Railroad Avenue. Break. Engine 184, squad 187, diabetic rescue. 1549 West Palmer Street, Dudley Street. Break.
Ricky Spanish, I don't know, and I don't think anybody on this stream cares.
Long Lane, between the dead end and Nelson Avenue.
Ruthless, I'm not rooting for anyone, but I think the Chiefs are going to take it. But after listening to Bill Burr today, doesn't matter how good you are with that football in your hand, it's all about the defense. And Burr happens to think that the 49ers defense ain't going to let that kid make them touchdowns and run around them like that. So it's going to come down to defense is what Burr says. I think personally that Kansas City is going to win it, only from what I've seen Kansas City do the past few weeks, especially that comeback. Are you kidding me? So I don't have any skin in the game, as we've been saying. I don't care who wins. the red team will win. I just want it to be a good game. I do. I think the Chiefs are going to get it, though. And to me, it doesn't matter. Being from California, maybe I want the 49ers to win, but let's be honest. San Francisco hates Los Angeles, so why do I want them to be happy? I am interested to see how many purple and gold shoes are on the field. That'd be cool. Did you guys see the Waste Management highlights? Lot of Kobe shoes, lot of Kobe jerseys. I'm excited to see the game tonight. I might wait to go to work until after the game. I'd like to see what the Lakers do tonight. I'd like to see what LeBron does tonight. I would like to see the Lakers take it all the way. That is what LA needs right now. LA needs LeBron James to do what he was paid to do. And now, take money out of the equation, it's all emotion. For LeBron, it's all emotion. And same with the other players. But if the world works the way the world's supposed to work, LA is going to win the championship this year. Yeah, Jason, that is why you guys aren't seeing much football there either. As soon as I found out the news about Kobe, I was in the middle of doing some work and I had a minute. I actually reached out to teacher. I said, hey, teacher, you need to find, actually I didn't say you need to find. I go, hey, you need to make a Kobe stencil, and when you do, I will follow you around town as you put it up. He responded with, I have one, let me find it. And then I haven't talked to him since then, but I did see what he posted. I don't know whose jersey that is, but that is one lucky jersey. It has his signature on it and the teacher art on it. That is really cool. So at some point here, I am going to be following teacher around, and teacher is going to be putting up Kobe street art all over town, and Michael Rappaport might even get involved with it. So it could be fun and exciting, especially during a live stream. If I can get Michael Rappaport down to, or if teacher can get Michael Rappaport down to where he's doing it and he's in town, that'd be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty sweet. Back to LeBron. LeBron had a workout today, and he had to make sure we all saw his new tattoo. I don't know if that was quite necessary, but like I said, man, it's on LeBron's head. LeBron knows what he has to do. Doc, no, it wasn't me. It was GDP. See you later, Urban. Yeah, he is, Mr. King. Yeah, he is. And teacher is buddies with him. So if I can figure out a way to make that happen, I will. But if I can't, whatever. Either way, teacher will be floating around LA soon at night and putting up some Kobe tributes.
Hallelujah. Go to the ring yard, 7145 Vineland Avenue at the business, incident 547.
Right on, Des. Shay, there was a pursuit this morning. I think that's what you're talking about. And the guy ended up jumping out of the car as it was moving, not moving fast, as it was moving. Car came to rest against a garage in an alley, and then the suspect just walked into a house like no big deal. And then it became a barricade situation. And then I had to take kids to school. What are you looking for? Oh, that. Gotcha, Mr. King. Yeah, I don't know if Rappaport will be involved because, well, schedule, things like that. And the timing that teacher and I will be out like around now. But I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, they lost the pursuit. As you can see, I'm nowhere near it. This is where I am.
Harboring a traffic hazard, Pacific Highway, Figueroa. Vehicle is a white 1994 Toyota Camry. It's code 550 or D514.
I don't think I can teach it, but you can try to mimic it. I hear it's kind of vindictive. RMG was there fast. It looked like to the Kobe Crush. Yes, RMG was there fast. They had they had flames, which nobody else got. They also got the first arriving unit to the scene. So yeah. You got to remember, RMG comes from paparazzi world. Calabasas, lots of paparazzi. So some of their connections helped them out right there. I know Howard lives down the freeway, but not that close. From the quality of the footage, I don't think it was Howard that shot it. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was Howard that shot it. Somebody could come through and tell me or text me and let me know. But from the quality of the footage, I don't think it was Howard, but it was definitely somebody who did have a tripod, and that was key. And the thing about my photographer had no sense of urgency at the time. When he called me and was like, hey, I got, and I literally put it on speakerphone so my wife could hear him not get to the point. 30 seconds later, I finally just stopped him. I was like, send me the footage, I'll take care of it. Because he didn't have any passwords, any of the new passwords. He didn't have the new logo. He didn't have anything. And his thought was, well, the news doesn't really start until 3 or 4, so I have time. And I was like, dude, the news is going to start as soon as they get this footage, or whoever's footage. So as I was putting our logo on it and making our file, I get the text from my mom, RMG channel 2. And I was like, oh, we lost. But it is what it is. We did lose some dollars, but we did make some sales, and social media seems to be doing okay for us. Over time, we'll forget about the dollars, but we'll remember the incident. But yeah, my dude was. Here's a great example of it, and I don't mean to put him down if he sees this or any of his friends or family see it, but here's a great example of him at that time. It's all good though. It's all good. You crack me up when you speed really long arms, somewhat robotic voice and normal voice to respond. Thoughts on the global emergency? My thoughts goes to a Bill Burr comedy act.
Engine 171, squad 172, sick ALS.
We're just, what do you say, one good virus away
320 South La Brea Avenue
from making things normal again, or something along those lines. It wasn't the natural selection type joke, but it was something along the line, or maybe it was something about your immunities. I don't know. I forgot what it was, but it was a good. That's what it reminds me of. Wash your hands, I guess. That's all I can say. Sam. LLN is a little more professional. LLN is what I've always said to the stations. When I put the name LOUDLABS on, those reasons really no longer exist. I'm not really in the art world anymore. I'm not pushing the art aspect of LOUDLABS more than news. Cable news network, CNN, American Broadcast Company, ABC, things like that. So it's easier just to shorten it. LLN is very news professional. It goes better with what's going on. LOUDLABS was never news oriented, but it was put into the news world, I guess. So now we're rebranding ourselves as LLN. We'll always be Loud Labs. I'm not changing anything. I will continue to call it Loud Labs News. I will continue to go live as Loud Labs Live. I will continue to keep our Instagram, our Facebook, everything will continue to say Loud Labs News. But on TV, you're going to see LLN. And I have some other news and reasons why I didn't change it, and now I can. But that's part of our secrets we can't talk about. Bye, Dad. Love you. Hope all is well. Shay, nope. Nope. Dogzilla, I'll be waiting a little while for new stuff. I have all my old stuff sitting in boxes at my house, I think. New stuff, I'm not gonna put up new stuff until summer, but I will figure out something new here. I'm gonna do a new system, a new way. But you'll have many more options. The quality might not be as good, but it'll be a lot less money and more options. And I'll have what everybody wants. Hoodies and hats and beanies and jackets and all kinds of stuff. And we will make press everything. And LLN and Loud Labs News, everything.
685 East Arrow Highway, Cerritos Avenue.
Anything interesting this week? Well, Sean? Yeah. Yeah.
Engine and Rescue 33, difficult respiration, 916 East 76th Place.
I will be doing some merch drops here soon. I like giving stuff away. I'm a firm believer in you gotta give it. Don't sell it. I used to work with somebody who made t-shirts, and he had a real hard time giving those t-shirts away. Every time he went like this to one, he wanted someone to give him money for it. And I was like, man, we got to give it away if you want the name out. And they were Loud Lab shirts at the time. Go figure, right? And then instead of giving away free t-shirts, I figured, well, why don't we put the name on TV? That'll get it out there. And it did. It got it out there. Here we are talking about it. My competition will be burning? From what? What will my competition be burning? My competition's doing fine. Well, not all of them, but some of them. If I put it out, buyers will come. Yeah, I put it out for the holidays. I mean, that was basically why I put it up. Everybody wanted it, and the holidays were coming, so I did that. Holidays are over. It's not in my best interest to keep it going like the way it was going, so I'm going to revamp it, just like I'm revamping the website. The new idea I have for the website is amazing.
14, seizure,
I just need one of two people to press some buttons on a computer to figure it out for me on what it is I want.
Back pain, ALS. 6756 Valen Drive.
And if I'm not mistaken,
once
I do build the new site the way it is, I'm guessing the competition will follow suit. Is my guess, because I'm going to do a certain something that is going to be real interesting. Anyways, do I need a developer? Well, kind of, but no. I mean, I have one. I'm actually going to do a face-to-face with them in the next few days here, and then we'll go from there. And then I have a developer who's going to go with me to talk to him so they can have a conversation. And it's basically, I need somebody to figure out, and that's not one of the surprises to be honest with you. It's not one of the surprises. I don't know when I can leak those. I really don't.
Whatever. 6A49, 6A49.
Bye, Shay.
459 Hot Prowl. Suspect just left 30560 Head Drive. 30560
Rufus, is not a bad idea.
Head Drive. Suspect is female white, dark hair, gray, camouflage.
Right on, first source, right on.
No longer at the location. It's code 3, incident 560, RD 615.
Yeah, Dogzilla. Once I create the new website, I don't think it will. The only thing I'll never need to create it again. The only thing I'll need to do is like, damn, that's not close to me, but I know where it's at. I won't need to ever redo it again, except for like maybe, you know, updating graphics and things like that. But the idea that I have, it'll probably last it'll last a while.
4 Thomas Street is now UW domestic violence suspect there now.
Des, do you know what that's from?
4 Thomas Street, code 3, incident 5.
And it's not by losers. Do you know? But do you know what it's from, Des?
41X89. Give a passenger description. Do you want to repeat your call, please? 555 424. 21X89, Roger.
Bravo, 6849, 6849, UPR call back regarding 3056 Galway Drive. Subject has left the location approximately 5 minutes.
I'm about to show my dorkiness, but it's from that.
Valley 2.
Was this, yeah, if I got a guy, but he's just kind of a kid. This is a white guy. How come he has a goatee?
See you later, style.
2 King 582, can you show my cell? 2 King 580 and 81, code 610809 Elliott Avenue, number 2 in the city of El Monte, and callbacks 213-305-4637. 31, code 6, West Traffic.
Yep, Raj. That's where it came from.
River 1639 Blue Jay Way, the residence incident 563.
Dorky is good. I used to say I'm the coolest dork I know. I did. I haven't said that in a long time. But I used to tell people that go, I'm the coolest dork I know.
You gonna be at the front desk? See you there, both out front of the station.
RL, yes, there is nights like that. I think you're witnessing one of them right now. Oh, the night started off amazing. Oh my gosh, I was so close to having the story of the night. Story of the year. Well, I'm not gonna say story of the year. That's an understatement now. But I had a great story that I missed.
Any Olympic unit, 459 suspect there now. First and Beni at the Good News Church. In the rear parking lot by the bushes, 2 suspects, male Hispanic, wearing all black. Number 1, heavy set. Number 2, thin build, with a burgundy dark colored bike.
No, I'm all sad again.
Additional code 2 is at 0567, RD 2019. 1631, go further.
Joy, 57 degrees, not so bad. Mr. King, I have no idea what it was. All I know, it was lights in the sky.
Engine 67 automatic alarm. 1 MLU drive. Your time 413. Its number is 196.
Rescue 866, person down, 1322 West.
Engine 165, squad 16, battalion 13. Traffic closely involving pedestrian. Long Beach Boulevard, Ardmore Avenue. Sheriff on scene, check your ticks for further.
Where you guys at? We'll take the victim over there.
Engine and squad 8, overdose. 1300 North Laurel Avenue, unit 15, Thompson Avenue, Sheriff around.
1649 head drive.
We've made our way into the warehouse. There is no fire, but we do have some sort of motion detector, possibly a break-in.
Station 154, diabetic ALS 152's area. 16603 East Cypress Street, 20 Avenue.
Somebody told me to go code 3. I don't really think that's possible. The closest I can go to code 3 would be going code 2, and this is code 2. Going code 2 and going, woo, 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 woo. That's about as code 3 as I can get. This vehicle cannot go code 3. It doesn't have
Station 101, injury ALS.
the bells and whistles to do so. My very first Stringermo vehicle, oh, it did. It did. It was able to go code 3. And I remember my buddy and I did it once, driving on the wrong side of the road, going head to head towards a sheriff's deputy. We were going to the call. They were leaving the call, going to the suspect. And we literally were going head to head with them on the wrong side of the road, code 3. He passed us, we looked at each other, laughed, and then got out of town. It was when I was a stringer during the day, and I used to take my friends with me, and it wasn't quite a career yet, it was just a job. And I used to not take it as serious, because that's what happens when you're 25 and you're 26 and you're Scott and you're given these opportunities. But that's old news. Now we take it serious, or as serious as we can. Anybody watch the news yet? You guys seeing who's getting the hits? There was a fatal shooting at a strip club. That will definitely be on the news. Don't know who got it yet.
Engine 95, squad 158, stroke. 1127 West 145th Street, Sorrento Avenue.
Don Mario, I will, just not right now. So I'm sure you guys can tell by the way I'm driving, I'm on my way to a story. Depending on the circumstances, depends on if I feed it or not. Do I miss transport? Is it a fatal? What's the circumstances behind it? Am I gonna get something the stations can't get? And we'll find out in about 3 to 5 minutes.
Can you start heading towards they're gonna just for a license they're gonna do a search warrant.
The strip club shooting was in the Valley. I did not get it. Our Valley guy got it. Are you trying to get blocked, Dogzilla? Is that what you're doing? I didn't know you wanted me to block you.
Station 37, SIC ALS, 1553 Sweetbriar Street, 15th Street East. Engine 114, residential fire alarm. 39729, 166th Street East. Between the dead end and McKenna's Gold Avenue. Break. Station 134, SIC ALS. 1530 West Avenue K, Kilo 8, Unit 138, 15th Street West.
Haha, George. Haha, George. You thought I was joking?
The detective is not allowing me to, or it doesn't accept calls. Kind of
automatic alarm. 800 north L.
I know, and then he thought he'd be cute and do it in all capitals. All right, we're definitely going to miss transport. I hate being live. Let's put it this way. If we weren't live, we'd already be there. Especially because I know where all the deputies and police are at and where they're going. Yeah, if we weren't live, we'd already be there.
Second call, not reported false.
Brickhouse, don't act like you know how my car works. It turns on in sport mode, dude. It's a race car. Brickhouse, I did that for the show. How do you think the car got sideways in the show? This is all-wheel drive, so it's really hard to get this thing sideways. I took off the traction control and did some stunt driving for the show, as you guys saw. Trade the car in for a Tesla? No, that would actually cost a lot more than it would save. I'd have to do so much custom work to the inside to hold all the equipment. But thank you for your suggestion. Hi, Holland. Greetings from Los Angeles. 64,000. 64,000.
Go ahead.
Shit. It might be a deputy involved, traffic collision. Maybe a deputy hit a pedestrian. We're going to a vehicle versus pedestrian. And when the call came out, sheriffs were already on scene. So I think the sheriffs might have hit a pedestrian. Ugh.
Station 41, injury ALS, sent to dialysis 11854 South Newton Avenue,
So
118th Street.
depending on
Engine 192, squad 191, La Habra 2.
what's there at the scene depends on whether we feed it or not. Because like I said, the station's helicopters are all starting to go in the air. The vans are all going places. It does sound like it's a vehicle versus pedestrian, possibly sheriff involved. And sometimes I'm an idiot. Call came out as a vehicle versus pedestrian, but it's obviously a vehicle versus police car. But maybe the pedestrian thing was first and then that happened. Not sure, but we're about to find out. The deputy that's being looked at is in that vehicle right there. She's being transported to the hospital by sheriffs, not by an ambulance. So I got to find out what part of the pedestrian is involved in this. But sheriffs are busy, and I don't like talking to them while they're busy. But I do need to get out of here due to the time. All right, so all right, that wasn't too much help, but we'll see. Let's see what they do here with the driver. Got a lot of deputies surrounding him. See the one over there on the right? Only one deputy around him. You see how there's half a dozen deputies around that guy sitting down? I'm guessing that's the driver. I don't know what the pedestrians have to do with this story. The female deputy that I was speaking with didn't see somebody transported. Obviously, we did. I don't know if that person was in the vehicle, or maybe police were on a traffic stop, or deputies were on a traffic stop. I don't know. We're about to find out, though. Well, actually, maybe we're not about to find out, but we're going to send it, and somebody will find out soon. No, it's not a 12-pack. It's a looks like a paint can. I actually need to leave. I need to feed this. But what I'm gonna do is go grab one more shot, see if I can get some info, and then leave. Let's see, what are they doing with this guy? Letting him go? Or no, they're gonna go talk to him. It's his turn to go talk. Yeah, it's his turn to go talk. Sorry. So that shot that I just got, that walking up shot, that will be my opening shot I'll use. So from what I saw, it was a female inside the ambulance. She was sitting up, didn't look too injured. Oh, the story I think just got better. I think it's an Uber. Is that an Uber sticker on there? I didn't even notice. Don't want to get a jaywalking ticket. Ha 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 ha. So it's possible they let everyone go. Those guys were witnesses or in the back of the vehicle. Not exactly sure what took place, but we're about to find out. These guys are leaving to go grab somebody. It's twice. Yucky. All right, so I think we're done here. Yeah, we're done here. All right, so the only thing I can go on are the facts. The facts. Call did come out, vehicle versus pedestrian. Call did come out for an ambulance. We got here though, we did see one person transported, don't know from what. We did see one deputy being looked at and a second deputy being looked at. So we can definitely confirm it was a deputy involved crash. The scene's not going anywhere though, so you gotta understand that. I don't have anything different than what the stations can get. Their helicopters are already in the air. As soon as I let them know about this, they'll fly their helicopter here, and now they'll have breaking news, and they don't need my footage. That's why I'm not in such a hurry. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye now, guys. So remember, tomorrow is promised to no one. Hug your loved ones. Later, losers.